Hey folks, the competition in the book-style foldable smartphone market is heating up, with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and the Oppo Find N5 representing two of the most advanced and ambitious devices to date. Both aim to redefine what users can expect from a foldable, especially in terms of thinness, performance, and features. While they may share similar dimensions, their approaches diverge in key ways, including screen tech, camera systems, battery performance, and software integration. One of the first things to note is how impressively slim both devices are. When unfolded, they measure just 4.2 millimeters thick, and when folded, 8.9 meters, an achievement in engineering that makes them feel far less bulky than previous generations of foldables. In terms of raw handling and portability, this marks a turning point. However, Samsung manages to take the lead in weight management. At just 215 grams, the Z Fold 7 is not only lighter than the 229-gram Oppo Find N5, but also lighter than Samsung's own Galaxy S25 Ultra. The difference may seem small on paper, but in practical daily use, especially when holding the phone for long periods or carrying it in a pocket, the lighter weight is noticeable. Screen quality is often a key reason users turn to foldables, and here, Oppo appears to hold the upper hand. The Find N5 features a slightly larger 8.12-inch inner display. Oppo's display also supports Dolby Vision and HDR Vivid and 120Hz refresh rate to deliver an immersive visual experience. Samsung's screen is no slouch, supporting HDR10+, but Oppo's more refined specs may give it the edge for media consumption and productivity. Even on the cover screen, Oppo stretches slightly ahead with a 6.62-inch 1140 by 2616 display, compared to Samsung's 6.5-inch 1080 by 2520 panel. Under the hood, both phones are powered by Qualcomm's top-tier Snapdragon 8 Elite chipsets. However, Samsung gets a custom-tuned Elite for Galaxy variant with slightly boosted CPU and GPU performance. Both handsets come with either 12 or 16 GB of RAM, depending on storage, though Oppo pairs 16 GB RAM with both its 512 GB and 1 TB models, while Samsung reserves 16 GB for the 1 TB tier only. Cameras have historically been a weak point for foldables, but both manufacturers have stepped up significantly. Samsung goes all in on resolution with a 200 megapixels main sensor, matching that of the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Oppo counters with a 50 megapixels main sensor tuned with Hasselblad color calibration and an additional color spectrum sensor. Where Oppo clearly pulls ahead is in zoom. The Find N5 includes a 50 megapixels periscope camera with 3x optical zoom, compared to Samsung's 10 megapixels telephoto lens with the same zoom range. The front-facing cameras are similar, but Samsung has moved away from its under-display camera solution in favor of a more traditional selfie shooter, potentially improving image clarity. Battery life is often a challenge for foldables due to their large, power-hungry displays. Here again, Oppo has the upper hand with a massive 5600 mAh battery compared to Samsung's 4400 mAh unit. That extra capacity, coupled with efficiency optimizations, could translate into significantly better endurance. Moreover, Oppo offers vastly faster charging options, 80-watt wired and 50-watt wireless, though reaching those speeds requires Super VOOC chargers. Samsung lags behind at 25-watt wired and 15-watt wireless. On availability and pricing, Samsung clearly has the advantage. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is launching globally on July 25, 2025, with the base 256GB model starting at $1,799 or $1,999. Meanwhile, Oppo's Find N5, despite its global announcement, remains restricted to select Southeast Asian markets. Ultimately, both foldables represent pinnacle achievements in smartphone engineering, but they cater to slightly different users. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is aimed at those who value a lightweight design, global support, and cutting-edge camera hardware. The Oppo Find N5 appeals more to power users and content creators who prioritize battery life, display fidelity, and advanced photography features. As always, final judgments will depend on real-world performance and software refinement, so stay tuned for our full reviews to see which device truly leads the new wave of ultra-thin foldables. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, I look forward to them in the comments. Have a nice day, and God bless you.